right, so we're here. I've got our lovely representative, Mr. John Raney, with us. And just wanted to kind of get an update as far as how the session ended and kind of the highlights as far as the work that y'all did this legislative session. So what are some highlights in your mind?
I think the two biggest highlights are the money that we appropriated for public education and the money that we appropriated to take care of retired teachers. Those were two things that had been at the top of the list for several sessions and had not been able to be taken care of. So I think those were the big things, and I think we were successful. I'm sure that they'll have to be revisited next time just to touch up and clean up.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll find out what those difficulties are. The other issue that we took care of, or we passed legislation on, had to do, and I know realtors are interested in the property tax. And part of that school finance package gave some relief in school property taxes. So that was a good issue. I think that in the long run, we need to watch that closely and make sure that it doesn't have any flaws, but I believe it's a good bill. Just hopefully we'll have enough revenue coming in next session to continue what we did with public education without having to look for additional funds.
Yeah. Well, I know that Texas Association of Realtors, Texas Realtors now is what we're being called at the state level. We're very active on the floor and with all of y'all this year, like they always are. We're really proud of the work that they do. You know, a couple of things also, maybe not directly going to affect our area, but forced annexation was another big issue, especially in some more of the rural areas. And they went to bat and kind of had a lot of cases that they actually kind of helped settle on that because there were some communities that were trying to be forced in. And so that's another kind of big thing that they were proud of.
And I think that was a successful issue. The concern that those who live in those rural areas have is we have no say or had no say in being annexed, and they felt like they needed to have a say in that. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I lived in San Marcos, and one of the council members one time, they said, you live outside the city limits, do you want to be annexed? And I said, there's a reason why I live outside the city limits. I love the city. I was like, but no, we're good out where we are. So, but, you know, and obviously back kind of to the property tax thing, that was a big issue. And we've been working for a long time with hidden property tax and trying to make people understand what goes into their property taxes and to make sure that districts are kind of all acting the same general way. Because that's kind of, it's been a little bit in flux sometimes.
Well, you know, they're supposed to do market value, and that's always questionable what market value really is. So we only know what the market is the day we sell it. Tomorrow we don't know what the market value is exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you've got statistics, and there's information that a lot of our realtors will pull to help with their clients when they have to go do a protest at the appraisal district. But it is kind of just rolling the dice in a lot of ways because the data that they have is not always accurate to what's happening in the marketplace, really in and out.
I've been there.
We've all been there at least once, probably. And you know, this obviously for our schools too. I mean, we've already seen College Station, Caldwell, Bryan are all already rolling out with new initiatives and ways that they're supporting their teachers, and especially the pre-K stuff too.
The pre-K is really, really important because if those kids get behind at that early age, then they never catch up. So I'm real proud of what we did on pre-K. The other thing I'm really proud of, and it has to do with Bryan School District, is the CTE Center that they're putting together.
I love it, yes.
It just seems like one of the most important things that we could do in preparing those who will not be going to college for some sort of a career, and in careers that will be financially rewarding for them too.
Well, there's so much that, you know, we've got recession-proof careers. We've got plumbers, we've got electricians. If something in your house goes out, you need it to work. You've got AC techs, funeral homes. Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot that young people within our communities, especially in Bryan, as you said, can work on and get educated on so that they can provide for their
Well,
families.
this has been a really important issue to me because I feel like we have so many young people who drop out of school and don't go forward and graduate even from high school. They need to have some ability to earn a living, and I believe that's the important thing that we've done. And it sounds like to me they're going to be inviting students from other districts,
Absolutely.
neighboring districts,
Yeah.
to come in and utilize that facility, which just means greater things for our whole area of Texas.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and for Julie for bringing you too, because we love Julie as well. And we always appreciate your support. It's always so great to see you in the environment when we're there, but it's also great to have you hanging out with us on the off time, so to speak, and at our events. And your support's always really appreciated by our members.
Well, the community is important to all of us, whether we're in politics or in real estate or retail or whatever. If our community is the basis of our life, and so we all need to be participants.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and we appreciate you.
You bet. Good to see you.